Okay, so number one, you identified as a rectangular prism, and that means the bases are two rectangles, exactly the same size, so draw them the best you can, and there's two of them because it is a prism. And the dimensions are a 2 by 8, so you write 2 and 8, 2 and 8. And that, now you need to identify the sides. The sides, you could pick. I'm going to do the front and back first. So this big one right here, that is this. We're going to duplicate it, and there's two of them, so you need to draw both. And this is a 12 by 8. So those are 12 by 8, 12 by 8. Label both. Okay, now we're going to go with this side here, and that's like the side of the cereal box, and there's two of those. So we can label them, and that is a 12 by 2, 12 by 2. So what you need to realize is you have each of the pairs. You have 2 and 8 paired up, you have 12 and 8 paired up, and 12 and 2 paired up. So you need to make sure each set is, again, paired up. Now we're actually going to do the calculations. The area is 8 by 2, and that gets you 16 square centimeters. This one, again, the second one, would be 8 by 2, and that gets you 16 square centimeters. Okay, now let's the front and back. Let's do the front and back. Those are 12 by 8s. So 12 times 8 is 96 square centimeters. And again, 12 times 8, 96 square centimeters. Last but not least, the sides, the left and right. And those are 12 by 2s, 24 square centimeters, and 12 by 2, which is 24 square centimeters. You are not done until you get that grand, lovely total. The total for this is adding them all up, just what I mean by total. So put SA for surface area, and you're going to write the total. And all 6 sides add up to 272 square centimeters, and that's the final answer for that rectangular prism for surface area, meaning it's like wrapping it in wrapping paper. How much wrapping paper would it take? Okay, now rectangular pyramid. Rectangle tells you what size. The gray part is your base, so you draw it out and you label 10 by 8. Now let's identify the other pieces. Now this is what I want you to see. This is a 10 by 8. So if we have a 10 and 8, what I want you to realize is this triangle, these two triangles coming off of here, are different sizes than these two coming off of here, because this one is by an 8 and this one is 10 wide. The height of these are all 15, and it is labeled right there. So let's go ahead and draw those out. I'm going to use this one here first, which I will draw out with a dotted line of 15 and the base of 10. And there's 2 of those, 15 by 10. Now I'm drawing out the smaller sides, and that is 8 by 15, and there's, guess what, 2 of those. So you have a total of your 5-sided figure, the base and 2 sides. Now we just do the math. So our base, easy enough, 10 times 8, which gets you 80. And this is feet, so we're doing square feet. Put that on there so we know it's a final. Okay, next, let's do the 2 triangles here. Do not forget the 1/2, and that is 10 times 15. 10 times 15 is 150, divided by 2 is 75 square feet. Now, don't forget, there's 2 of them. So list that final answer twice, because there's 1, 2 of those triangles. Now the last one, this is 1/2, 8 times 15, and that gets you 120, but you divide it in half, of course, and you get 60 square feet, and there's 2 of those. Now you're not done. You gotta get that grand total. So you add all 5 sides up and you get a final answer of surface area equals 350 square feet. All right, triangular prism. Now this one is a particular base because it has a right angle right there. So your base actually needs to be 2 right triangles. So you draw both right triangles and label them accordingly. According to that box, attached to that box is 3 and 4. So we need a 3 and 4, 3 and 4. The 5 we don't need, even though this is 5 according to this down here, because to find the area of a triangle, you just need length and width, or base and height, which is attached to that right triangle. Now from this point, let's label our sides. Now if I use this back right here, that is a 2 by 4 back here, so let's go ahead and draw that one out. And it's a 2 by 4, and label as we go. This one would be a 2 by 3 over here. So let's label 2 by 3. And then our final one would be this front side, which is a 2 by 5. So 2 by 5. And label them. Now what you need to see right away, and I need you to recognize, is this triangle is a 3 by 4 by 5. And look, the height is all 2, but it's 3, 4, and 5. It's a variety. You got the length of 3, 4, and 5, but this, the height right here, is all 2s because of this dimension right here along here that you have not used. So 3, 4, 5 is the length of the triangle, so label 3, 4, and 5. And the height of this figure is 2s, so those are all 2s. Now, we just do the math. So, let's start with our bases, and please, 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 1/2 base times height, 12, and 1/2 of it is 6, and this is square meters, because it's meters this time, and there's 2 of them, so please list another square meters. Next, this is just base times height, so that's 4 times 2, which gets you 8 square meters, no half because it's a rectangle. And this is 2 times 3. That's a 6 square meters. And last but not least is that 2 by 5, which gets you 15 square meters. So 2 times 3, 2 times 4, and 2 times 5. Now you're not done because your final answer is, guess what? Adding up all the sides. This prism has 5 sides, so we're adding up all 5 numbers. And that gets you a grand total of surface area equals 41 square meters. All right, triangular pyramid. Now, triangular pyramid means, of course, my base is a triangle. Now, not just any triangle, there's that right angle again. So you need to draw the right angle, and the 2 numbers attached to that right angle are 6 and 8. So you need to use the 6 and the 8, not the 10. Okay, now the triangles coming off of that, there will be 3 triangles coming off of it because this is a 3-sided figure. Now the height of all of them are 9. So hopefully you learned from that last one. When it comes to this, you have 3 triangles coming off of it. The first one, a base of 6. The second one, a base of 8. And the third one, a base of, guess what? That other side of the triangle, which is a 10. The height is all the same. The heights are 9 because that's what's labeled in the picture. So all of these are 9s. So go ahead and put dotted lines and label the 9s in there. Now we just do our calculations. This is only a 4-sided figure, 1 base and 3 sides. Okay, so let's calculate. Do the math part. All triangles, so 1/2, 8 times 6 gets you 24 square centimeters. Next one, 1/2, 6 times 9 gets you 27 square centimeters. 1/2, 8 times 9, 36 square centimeters. And of course, 1/2, 10 times 9, 45 square centimeters. All four sides are accounted for, so now we just add them up. And that gets you a grand total. You must put surface area, so SA, equals 132 square centimeters. All right, so the next problem is a triangular prism. Now this one is a lot like the last triangular prism, except for this one has equilateral triangles for its ends. So the bases are equilateral triangles. How do I know they're equilaterals? Is because of these hash marks on there. That means they're equal sides. So that means this base is a 5. That means this base is also a 5. Now the height is on the other end. It is labeled right here on this end. Well, these are equal to each other, so that means this height is also 6. So let's go ahead and label those dotted lines right here of 6 for the height. So these dotted lines right here, 6 for the height. All right, so the next one. What you need to realize is these sides are 5s by 12s. On the other side, the base is also a 5 by 12. And guess what? This side is a 5 by 12. Because these are all side lengths that are equal, that means the rectangles that are attached to them are all the same size also. 5 by 12, 5 by 12, and one more, 5 by 12. All right, so let's just do the math. Do not forget triangles, 1/2 base times height. So that gets you 15 square inches. Now don't forget there's 2 of them, so go ahead and add another 15 square inches in there. Okay, now the area of these sides. Now again, the only reason why these are all the same is because all 3 sides of the triangle are the same. So if it was an isosceles where 2 sides are equal, only 2 rectangles would be the same. If it's a scalene, like that right triangle we already did, all 3 sides are different, so all rectangles would be different. So this one is just extremely easy. Base times height, 5 times 12 is 60 square inches. The second one and the third one. Makes it extremely easy. Now you're not done yet. You got to get that total. And your total is labeling surface area equals. Comes out to 210 square inches when you add up 60 plus 60 plus 60 plus 15 plus 15. All right, so now that means you are ready to do your classwork for today. It is just practicing these all over again, so keep these notes out and use them as a guide for today's classwork. Again, if you do not finish classwork, it then becomes homework.